Oh God Almighty! Hello. So I made a video one time where I reacted to Rolling Stone's top 50 Star Wars characters, and I thought I would react to more things that have been sort of written. I'm just going to enlarge myself a little bit because, you know, I don't need to be that small for these videos. And ones I always see people's movies ranked, and half the time I can't tell if they're trying to be controversial or not, because as you all probably know, the Star Wars fan base is very much a battleground at the minute. So even risking, you know, having an opinion that doesn't match someone else's is dangerous, but, you know, I'm going to do it anyway. So this is GamesRadar. Is it just GamesRadar? This is GamesRadar's ranking of all 11 Star Wars movies. So I'm just going to read through it, react, see what see what the ranking is. And again, I don't want it to be. Hold on, I'm just going to fix my green screen. I don't want it to be sort of pooing on other people's opinions, but that's essentially what I'm going to do, depending on what the actual ranking is. And I will eventually do my own ranking, with explanations and stuff as to why it's ranked like that. But, you know, we'll get to that when I'm you know, allow myself the time to not be lazy and to actually do it. Alright, deciding the best Star Wars movies. Okay, so straight away, the fairly have said it doesn't matter what you rank them, they're always the things are always going to be controversial. So I'm not gonna leave it for you to read or anything. If you want to read certain parts of it, just go and check the website. But I'm just going to go through them. So 11, Attack of the Clones. Right, okay, so because Attack of the Clones is 11, I'm going to have a quick guess, right? This will be the top 3. I bet undoubtedly The Last Jedi will be in the top 5. Because if Last Jedi isn't the worst Star Wars film, undoubtedly it'll be compared to the best. So I'm guessing Empire's first, Revenge of the Sith's second, and probably Last Jedi. That's not my ranking, by the way, that's just me guessing. Because Attack of the Clones, despite what people say, is not the worst Star Wars movie. Ooh, hold on. I'm just going to quickly read that, actually, because I never read. While not bogged down by trade negotiations, Attack of the Clone marks the weakest installment of the prequel trilogy. Because it's not actually agree. Okay, yeah, we agree on that. Obi-Wan is the best character. What's happening on It's a fun detour through space, plus the eventual fight with Jango Fett is jetpack-fueled fun. Unfortunately, though, it's the blossoming romance between Anakin and Padme that's an absolute bore. Hayden Christensen turns into the... Right, okay, so... You know... I think the entire Star Wars fan base is in agreement that Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman's section of Attack of the Clones is not very good. But, you know, he kills the Tusken Raiders. And not just the men, but the women and the children, too. It's, you know... There's good bits. There's a lot of good bits. Everything with Christopher Lee is awesome. Every scene that has Christopher Lee in it is awesome. Yeah. I'm surprised that it's gone from Attack of the Clones to The Phantom Menace. That's really controversial. I don't think any of the sequels are better than The Phantom Menace. Even considering the 20-year gap. Is it 20 years? 12 years, not 20 years. Let's just have a quick check. I've just seen what number 9 is. Hold on. Before we get to the number 9, let's just have a quick read. I'm going to try and get down here without... The Phantom Menace gets a whole lot wrong. There's Jake Lloyd's unfortunately annoying performance as Anakin. There are multiple alien designs that are vaguely racist caricatures. Jar Jar Binks exists. Yet there are also some really great elements to episode that should not be overlooked. Regardless if you talk the Gungans and Aboos, Verdant Room, First Atlantic, you don't know what season you talked in past, so it was gorgeous back. Right, okay, so Phantom Menace gets a lot of hate, and it shouldn't, right? Yes, Jake Lloyd is not as great as an actor as you would expect a child to be. It's only literally this last generation of child actors that have been like really good child, like Millie Bobby Brown and Finn Wolfhard and all those. Those are really sort of... Is it Finn Wolfhard? Is that his name? I don't know his name. The guy from Stranger Things. So I don't know why you would expect a child to be brilliant, but I don't think he's all that. I don't think he's terrible, considering he's like 10-year-old. I don't care. Darth Maul's brilliant. Ian McDiarmid's brilliant as Palpatine. Yes, it says here that Jar Jar Binks exists. Jar Jar Binks exists in 3 films. You can't just say that the reason the Phantom Menace is bad is because Jar Jar Binks exists. I'm trying not to get too mad. I'm trying to maintain my calm. You can't say that he's bad. That this film is bad because he's in it. He's in 3 of the films. Is he in Revenge of the Sith? Might not be in Revenge of the Sith, actually. Now that I think about it. Speaking of Revenge of the Sith, number 9 out of 11. What? That is mad. That is mad, squad. Seriously. GamesRadar, that's mad. As you likely expected upon scrolling down this list, the prequels make up the bottom 3. The bottom 3? It's got The Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker, and The Force Awakens above Revenge of the Sith? That is mad. Marks the best of the worst. Absolutely incorrect. Again, that is a ridiculous sentence. Revenge of the Sith marks the best of the worst. I think you'll find most people agree now that the prequels are a million times better than the sequels. Sorry. There, I said it. Again, let's get those no so good elements out of the way first. General Grievous is wasted. Agree with that. Mace Windu... What are you What? Alright, so I feel like... When was this written? Because I've got to get some context here. This was written 3 days ago? What? Right, okay, so let's just address some of the elephants in the room, okay? Mace Windu doesn't get the arc anyone wanted is a completely ridiculous sentence to say, because quite frankly, that was the only arc that made sense. Anakin had to direct his heel turn on someone, and if Mace Windu was the catalyst for that makes perfect sense. The reason things like killing the younglings, and this is going to make me sound sick, is because this movie literally has become the most memed movie that I've ever seen. Literally every line is a meme, including the younglings being killed. The dialogue remaining questionable is so silly. The dialogue from every single movie is questionable. Even the originals, some of the dialogues it's also, right, hold on, let's read the second paragraph before we go on to them. Yet, Revenge of the Sith is oddly satisfying. McGregor becomes the dashing yet weary Obi-Wan we always knew he could be. Another Yoda fight mixed with silly fun. The Emperor's speech about cheating death is excellent. We may not rank the prequel trilogy highly here, but there are certainly elements to love throughout all 3 movies. Okay, so that's just skipped over so much that's great about Revenge of the Sith. And this is going to be very controversial. I think, aside from Empire Strikes Back, Revenge of the Sith is the purest Star Wars movie. You know, it's got lightheartedness, it's got a dark tone, it's got a really convincing bad guy, 2 really convincing bad guys. But something that improves on the originals is easily the best lightsaber fight in the entire franchise. It doesn't even I don't even think there's a lightsaber fight that comes close to Obi-Wan and Anakin. Ewan McGregor's obviously brilliant. I agree that General Grievous is massively wasted considering what he was like in the 2D animated Clone Wars, because he fought 6 Jedi and beat them. But Palpatine's brilliant. I think Mace Windu's arc is brilliant. Everything about it's just I can't believe it's number 9. That's mad. That is mad. Number 8, Solo. That's another controversial one, but I'll let it off. The Adventures of Han Solo were always going to be ripe ground to tell just new Star Wars stories. So when Disney announced a spin-off about the scruffy nerf herder, a few fans were surprised. The worry was, could any actor ever match the swagger of Harrison Ford? Shut up! Thankfully, there was one man who stepped up to the plate and managed to embody Solo almost perfectly. Okay, so we agree on that. I don't know how to say his name. Alden Ehrenreich. I'm gonna assume that's how he says. He was brilliant as Han Solo, and that movie was very, very, very mistreated. While perhaps a tepid performance at first, Ehrenreich soon becomes the Solo we all adore, carrying the movie through a raucous, imperfect adventure. We may not have needed an origin story to his name or have his first meeting with Chewie in a muddy pit, but the outcome is a Star Wars movie that feels more akin to the original trilogy than any of the prequels or indeed Rogue One. It's also Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. Yep, okay, so thing about Solo, right, is what I'm going to say. I went to see Solo with my friends in the cinema and we all loved it, right? We thought it was brilliant. but I'm pretty sure me and all of my friends knew what was going to happen before this movie came out, in that everyone said the guy couldn't be Harrison Ford. I didn't want to see 70-year-old Harrison Ford in an origin movie. It would have been so stupid, and I keep forgetting his name. Alden Ehrenreich did a really good job, and there's a lot in this movie that's underrated. It's got, I think, the best Star Wars shot in the franchise, and it's a Star Destroyer coming through the wormhole thing. And the good thing about this movie is it didn't need lightsabers to be a good Star Wars movie. And it shows you the world itself can create a good story where you don't need excessive lightsabers. Although the Jedi and the lightsabers are cool and everything, this movie showed that just exploring the rest of the galaxy is really interesting. However, would I put that above Revenge of the Sith? No, probably not. I would not put that above Revenge of the Sith. I would struggle to put it over The Phantom Menace. Over Attack of the Clones, definitely, but it's definitely a toss-up between the Phantom Menace. But I'm really sweet on the Phantom Menace. A lot of people might think that's controversial, but it's one of the first Star Wars movies I saw, and I fell in love with Darth Maul. I think Darth Maul's brilliant, awesome. 7: The Rise of Skywalker. Woo! Rise of Skywalker. What are you talking about? Right, hold on. Ending the trilogy of trilogies was always going to be difficult. The task at hand was unbelievable, yet J.J. Abrams rose to the challenge. No, he didn't. And while not everyone was sated by the eventual Episode 9, there was enough breathtaking moments to leave even the staunchest cynics with shivers down their spines. No, there wasn't. There is, however, no denying the Rise of Skywalker's plot holes. Palpatine's return goes basically unexplained. Not basically unexplained, it goes completely unexplained. Somehow Palpatine survived. That's the explanation. That's all we got. And the revelation that Rey's parents were actually somebody has rubbed many people up the wrong way. Yet the return of some fan favourites plus the introduction of some new ones. Baba Frick. Shut up about Baba Frick! Keeps the final. Nah, that's so stupid. Sorry, nope. Right, so in these other ones, right, I'm sorry GamesRadar, but I'm about to go to town on your ass. Right, so on these other ones, it gives you lists of good things and lists of bad things. In this one, all it does is say, right, here's some of the bad things, but it's got some good moments that we're not going to tell you, and that's why it's high on the list. Right? If you're going to say that there's good moments in it, tell us what the good moments are, because I don't know any good moments in Rise of Skywalker. Let me think. Rey lifting the X-Wing was cool, I suppose. I quite liked the interaction between Han Solo and Ben. That wasn't too bad. No, all the rest was stupid. All the rest was dumb. The rest of the film was dumb. J.J. Abrams did not rise to the challenge. Instead of going, I'm going to create a whole new story based on these characters that have nothing to do with the old characters now, except, some of them are related. He thought, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a character that's already been established away from this trilogy. I'm going to bring him back, completely not explain it, and then kill him again, because who cares? I tell you who cares. All of the Star Wars fandom. Palpatine did not need to be in this movie. It was a complete joke that he was in this movie. Honestly, if I sit here and list all the things wrong with this movie, the video will be about an hour long. So I think because Star Wars is very divided at the minute, I'm pretty sure most Star Wars fans agree that The Rise of Skywalker is not very good and was a terrible ending to such a brilliant franchise. But, that might just be me. 7, it's above Solo and the prequels. Even if you like the sequels, everyone can agree that this movie is the worst of the sequels. So the fact that it's over Solo and, quite frankly, all of the rest of the movies is ridiculous. This should be this, and my personal opinion, Last Jedi should be the last two. Should be 11 and 10. 7, Rise of Skywalker should be 11, and Last Jedi should be 10. 6, Rogue One. You know what? Fair enough. That's probably whereabouts I would put Rogue One. Rogue One's a brilliant film. My friend Anthony made a good point that none of these characters actually had any real development. They were just kind of 2D, one-dimensional characters. Did I just say 2D, one-dimensional characters? One-dimensional characters who, because they weren't going to be in any more movies, were sort of, just rushed. But there is absolutely tons to love about Rogue One. Forget about, take Darth Vader's end scene bit out. The rest of the movie is awesome. It's a bloody good-looking movie. Rogue One takes the Star Wars universe in a direction it's never been in before. There's not a single proper Jedi, barely any lightsaber action, and only a few. Do you know why there's barely any lightsaber action? Because the lightsaber action that's in it is more than enough. Yes, Rogue One works because it fully commits to being different to the other Star Wars movie. Okay, I agree with that. Headlined by Felicity Jones, Rogue One succeeds in killing off its main cast while also offering, spoiler alert, but a glimpse of hope at the end. Plus, it leads into a New Hope sequence with a spine-chilling final scene that's almost perfect. It's not almost perfect, it is perfect. For years, right, people said, why is everyone so scared of Darth Vader? Because in A New Hope, he just kind of flicks his lightsaber at Obi-Wan and then kills him eventually. Not Rogue One, in Empire, he does easily beat Luke, but then he's beaten in the next one quite easily. Rogue One shows us why everyone's scared of Darth Vader, and I'm pretty sure every fan wet their pants when they saw that. Me and my dad definitely wet our pants because we went to see it twice. Both wet our pants both times. The Force Awakens? Hold on, what's left? Right, okay, so The Last Jedi and the originals are left after The Force Awakens. Oh my god, if The Last Jedi's second, I'm gonna kick someone in the face. It'll probably be my sister. It'll probably be Katie. I'll kick in the face. I'll probably kick Katie in the face if Last Jedi's second. The first movie released by Disney, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, had a lot riding on it. Could this redeem the series after the prequels were, shall we say, mixed? Thank Yoda, then... What? Thank Yoda, then that director J.J. Abrams managed to direct a movie that feels fresh yet also like a classic Star Wars. Okay, I completely disagree with everything that this... The Force Awakens reestablished the visual language and boundaries of the Star Wars... Didn't win after the Emperor was defeated. Instead, life just kept going in the galaxy. Our beloved characters are old, ragged, and divorced. Whatever the good looks. Yeah, you'll have to read it yourself. Right. Fundamentally disagree with the entirety of this. All of this I disagree with. Can you see it? No, you can't. Sorry. Oh, wrong way. Ah! Right. So I'll show you. Right, so it says it's masterful storytelling. No, it's not. It's not masterful storytelling. Do you know what? Well, actually, I suppose it is masterful storytelling. Do you know why? Because it's A New Hope, written by a guy who actually wanted to make an original movie. The Force Awakens is literally A New Hope, modified ever so slightly by improving most of the graphics and special effects. Not graphics, special effects. It's not masterful storytelling, or if it is, it's not J.J. Abrams' masterful storytelling. Rey, I agree that Rey, Finn, and Poe are all really good characters. Had their story arcs continued in a story-driven sense in the second and third movies, and not just kind of went here, there, and everywhere like a mess. I agree that it was interesting to see that after the good guys won, there wasn't just endless party and life just continued on afterwards. But there's so much about this movie. I can't believe that it's above The Revenge of the Sith. What? That blows my mind. I honestly wouldn't put Force Awakens above Phantom Menace. No. There's it might just be because I know what comes after it. But then so do these people. No. I wouldn't put Force Awakens. Oh god, I can't. I really hope Last Jedi isn't second. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, right. So surely it must be after this. 3 is A New Hope, 2 is Return of the Jedi, and 1 is Empire. Surely, if all is sensible. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. It's not. I was wrong. Right. Let's read what they say. First sentence. Completely disagree. Remixed an already beloved formula. Just a few more songs, really not that important. These may seem what choices could be. Right. So there's 2 sentences I completely and fundamentally disagree with. First of all, this one. The Last Jedi may be one of the more divisive stuff, but only for good reasons. No, it isn't. It is not divisive for good reasons. It is divisive for terrible reasons. Then, there's this one. Yes, it's controversial, but in time this will be a beloved Star Wars. No, it won't. No, it won't. believe down to my core that in 30 years we will blame this movie for dividing Star Wars fans as deeply as this movie has. So, right, so it says The Force Awakens remixed everything. This launched everything out the window. Yes, it did, right? And a lot of fans said, well, that's cool, that's good, break from the norm. No, don't break from the norm. This is this eighth movie into a franchise that works. Despite what people think about, you know, the prequels, the formula for these movies work. You know, and we're not saying everyone has to be related. We're not saying, you know, Rey has to be a Skywalker or a Solo or a whatever. The idea of Rey not being someone could have been good had it been done properly and had it been explored further. Snoke not being that important is dumb and stupid. Although I like the idea of Kylo being the main bad guy. I did sort of like that when I first saw it. The rest of it is stupid. I agree that it's the best looking Star Wars movie, but all of that is just a big sort of, it's like a bluff. It puts all of the beautiful cinematography in your face so you can't see everything that's wrong with it. And, you know, me and my friends have already made a video on this movie, and I feel like there's a lot of people now who are mixed. People who like Last Jedi are mixed in that half of them are now going, okay, the more I watch it, the more I've realised that I don't like it. And the other half are there going, well, I've not rewatched it since it came out, but I'm just going to say that I love it because everyone else says that they hate it. And there's just so much wrong with Last Jedi. There's so much wrong. It's like J.J. Abrams did a bit to undo some of this. He did everything to undo it. Rise of Skywalker was designed to rewrite The Last Jedi, and you could tell from beginning to end that's what it's for. It's not a wonderful installment in the Skywalker saga. It is the main problem with the sequels. You know, like we said on the Force Awakens one, it was set up with 3 good characters upon which you know this trilogy could have been built. This just went, okay, so you've got this, destroyed it all, and then here's something that's completely different and we don't like it. But you know what? I could have forgiven all that. If Luke had been good and Admiral Holdo had been not Admiral Holdo. I was going to say if Admiral Holdo could have been good, but just if she didn't exist. If that character just didn't exist, because she's just pointless. The most pointless Star Wars character that's ever existed. And you've got to remember that Boss Nass's guard existed. Boss Nass existed, and Admiral Holdo was there just to sort of get mad about things and then kill herself. In a dumb way, by the way. A completely dumb way. I feel like that's all these videos are now, just me saying dumb a lot. That should be number 11. No, Rise of Skywalker should be number 11. That should be number 10. 3, Return of the Jedi. Picks up all the pieces left behind and offers a satisfying conclusion. Came before, there's a lot that happens. Pieces brought to the galaxy for now. The Emperor is defeated for now. Yeah, that's dumb. I agree with that. Yeah, dumb. Han and Leia get together for now. There's a lot of for nows in The Last Jedi, isn't there? There's a huge battle of Endor that's still mind-blowing today. I agree with you there. The way the film jumps between the fight between father and son to the ground war of stormtroopers against the Ewoks that's faced off by Akbar and Lando, all without feeling confusing. That's masterful. And admit it, you love the Ewoks and the Yub Nub song. We all do. I didn't love the Ewoks, I'll be honest. I didn't. Apart from that, I completely agree. It's not rare, but it's not common. Is there a middle ground between rare and common? In the middle. Yeah, it's not. I don't know what I'm trying to say. With most trilogies, the third film isn't always great. There's a few trilogies that have sort of forgettable ends, but yeah, the original Star Wars had a good ending, and you could just tell that, especially with the addition of the prequels, Anakin Skywalker's story was told well. You know, and it was a good end to Anakin Skywalker's story. And then, of course, Palpatine came back and ballsed it all up. Yeah, that makes sense. Where it all began, who hoped that film's galaxy far, far away, filled with lovable creatures, witty characters, and a timeless tale of good versus evil, originally titled Star Wars. Like, while the effects blew everyone away and still hold up reasonably well, it was good. lived in a universe which somehow feels so real. Lucas then weaved what's basically a classic Disney princess story where a lowly villager Luke Vader to save the day, an adventure worth reliving time and time again. I agree. A New Hope's great. It's probably, dare I say it, I would probably swap A New Hope and Return of the Jedi out. As blasphemous as it is, A New Hope I think is the worst of the originals. That's not to say that it's a bad movie. It's definitely better than most of the other ones. It's better than all of the sequels. Yeah. Of course it is. Doesn't make any sense for any other Star Wars movie to be number one. It's tough competing with A New Hope, but Empire Strikes Back just about edges. Not about just about edges. I think Empire Strikes Back completely blows A New Hope out the water. Empire is a brilliant Star Wars film. No, it wasn't controversial upon release. What are you talking about? This is why The Last Jedi is number 4, because they've bought into the Rian Johnson propaganda. Alright? Empire Strikes Back was not controversial when it was released. Now, you might find this hard to believe, but I wasn't born in 1980. Right? But if you go back and do some research, this movie was not controversial upon release. It was adored. Fans loved it. It got a People's Choice Award in 1980. Can I just... Hold on, where's my phone? Let me just tell you what movies came out in 1980. Alright. Shining? Was The Shining 1980? I'm pretty sure it was. 1980 movies. Airplane, Superman 2, Flash Gordon, The Elephant Man, Fame, The Blues Brothers, The Fog, Friday the 13th, Xanadu. There's quite a few actually. I'm missing. The Witches of Eastwick. No, that's a good one. Yeah, and this movie won the People's Choice Award for Best Movie, and it was not controversial upon release. I've got to finish. But in romance with a twist, and most importantly, hope. Yes, most importantly, hope. Has this person ever seen this film? Empire also includes more iconic scenes than almost any other movie. They're telling Han she loves him, Luke training with Yoda, and Luke dangling from an antenna at the bottom of Bespin. Well, technically, he's not hanging from the bottom of Bespin. He's hanging from the bottom of Cloud City. Bespin's the planet. Cloud City's the thing that he's on. So, sorry mate, but you've just outed yourself as not all that big of a Star Wars fan. This movie changed cinema, and there's no overstating its importance to so many fans. Right, okay, so I think it goes without saying that I completely, just so you saw, look, this bit here. Dangling from an antenna at the bottom of Bespin. He was dangling at the bottom of Bespin. He was dangling at the bottom of Cloud City. And I know that might be picking hairs, but we're supposed to be Star Wars fans here. So that's me reacting to this ranked list. Thank you for watching. Like the video, because it helps. Let me know down in the comments what your 11 ranking is. I will eventually do a rank video where I rank them all and tell you why. But I'm quite enjoying reading things like this and explaining to these people why they're wrong. I mean, they probably don't watch my videos, but I'm just explaining to them that they're wrong. So yeah, let me know down in the comments why you would have certain movies there. Hit the subscribe button, ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. And thanks for watching. I need to know.